Hey YouTube, this is Anglico0861 and I'm trying out my new camera. Hopefully this one will work good. And I'm doing another video. And this one is of the newest addition to the arsenal and the long anticipated Golani Sporter. I picked this up the other day. And anybody who's watched my videos and all my subscribers know that I am all about the best bang for the buck. And buddy, this is the best bang for the buck. This is a nice assault rifle for a nice price. Let's just put it that way. You're not going to break the bank, and you're going to get yourself a nice durable weapon. If anybody's out there and they're thinking, do I get an AK-47? Do I get an AR-15? What do I get? Well, this is the best of both worlds. Okay, you get the AK-47 durability and reliability with the AR-15 caliber and reliability. Great weapon. Let me go over it a little bit here. Anyway, it's built on an AK platform. Okay, basically what the Israelis did is they took the AK-47 and they made it better. Okay, they improved a little bit on the gas system and sights and caliber, of course, and safety mechanisms and things like that. Basically, they just made a better AK. And this was used by the IMI, the Israeli military, for many years, from back in the late 60s up until the late 90s, early 2000s. They still use them in some of the reserve units. This was used in the South African military, and so on and so forth, in other countries as well. So it's combat proven. This weapon is made out of original IMI Galil parts. Okay, but it does have a new receiver on it and so forth. The parts like the stock and the upper dust cover, sights, some internal parts, magazines, bolt, things like that are all the IMI surplus parts, but it has a brand new American-made receiver, milled receiver, might I add. Okay, which is nice. We'll go over a few things. You know, this is a nice sturdy weapon. It is heavy. It's about 7.5, 8 pounds. Okay. And the nice thing about this, a couple nice features, is the sight system. Okay, with the AK-47, you had the old, up here you had the old pistol, sort of what I call pistol sights up here. Okay, they did away with that and they put a AR style peep sight on this. Okay, on the aperture here. It's got two apertures, flip up for different ranges. Okay, and another thing is it has a close range sight that pops up. You put these two sights kind of in the middle here, and you get this close range, close quarters combat aperture. Okay, now the front sights are an improvement from the AK sights. They're very reminiscent to the H&K sighting system. Okay, and the nice thing about this is you look through the back aperture and line it up with the front ring here. It's very, like I said, very reminiscent to the H&K 91 or MP5 sight system. Very nice. Okay, and this also has a close quarters sight that pops up there, if you can see that. Okay, and they even have little holes there you can put glow in the dark paint or white paint or whatever, so you can see it better. This is outfitted with polymer plastic furniture. Okay, the front hand grip here and the rear pistol grip. Now these are basically, they take apart almost identical to an AK-47. Okay, take the back dust cover off and the bolt pulls out. The only difference is right here. When you pull the dust cover off and start pulling the bolt back, this whole tube pulls out right here, and the whole thing, bolt and everything comes off, which is kind of nice. Makes it a little bit easier. It does come with a birdcage style, AR-15 style flash hider. Okay, adjustable front sights on the top as well. Okay, and another nice thing about this weapon, let me get this camera up here, is you do have the AK style safety. Okay, but a nicer thing is you have a adjustable, your safety is you have a safety catch on the handguard too that adjusts the safety on and off just like that from the handguard, which is really nice. Kind of a neat upgrade that they did, so you don't always have to manipulate the safety with your right hand. There you can keep your right hand on the fire controls here, and just manipulate it here, which is nice. It does have a angled up bolt lever. Okay, that way you don't have to always. You have to use your right hand. You can reach over with your left hand and charge the bolt back, which is really nice. Now, it does have a folding stock. Okay, the stock does fold up. Let me do this one hand here, like that. Okay, which makes it a nice compact package. Okay, so say if you're going into a close quarters situation, or you just want to take it and strap it to your backpack, you can do so. Okay. Now, one thing you guys have to know about these, well, just like an AK, you have a big bolt system. Okay, that's a big piece of metal there. A big piece of metal, and when you fire it, that sucker's coming back, and you got a lot of bolt slap. Okay, which makes the weapon rock. One of the things I do with my AKs is back here I put a recoil buffer. It goes right on the spring, sits in the back, so when that bolt comes back, it hits that rubber buffer, and it's about a quarter of an inch, half inch thick or whatever, and it hits that. It takes a lot of that bolt slap out of the weapon. This also has a Tapco trigger, okay, which is nice. They put that on a lot of the AKs now from Century Arms, and it takes out a lot of that trigger slap. Okay, so a lot of nice features on it. And the one thing you have to, another thing you have to know about is, I've seen a lot of people ask about why did they put this on by the mag release. And what that is a guard. So you just can't hit the mag release and the magazine comes out. What it does, if you can see this here, okay, it's got a little lip that comes out right here. And you just reach your finger up and push that, magazine pops out. Okay, so this is actually a guard, so you just don't hit it and knock your magazine out. But it's a nice little protrusion, if you can see that there. You just reach up and push it forward, and it releases your magazine. The magazines do act like an AK magazine. They do rock in, but they're not quite as a pronounced rock in as a AK. So that's kind of nice. It's a little bit easier to put in. These magazines are essentially an AR-15 magazine and an AK-47 magazine put together. This whole body of the magazine is essentially an AR-15 magazine. And they put the rails on the side here and the lip and so on and so forth, so it'll fit in to the receiver. But they do have an adapter that you can buy for like $99, and it fits in your mag well that'll accept AR-15 magazines, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure the website, I could probably find it, But if you just put in your search engine AK parts or Golani parts, Galera parts, you should be able to find it. Now, one thing about these weapons, if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm a big proponent of servicing your magazines. Your weapon is only as good as your magazine. If you got crap magazines, your weapon's going to run like crap. Okay? Bear in mind, when you buy these rifles, they come with these surplus magazines. Now, these were probably used in the 7-day war or 6-day war, or some Beirut or some crap like that. I mean, they're used. They're dirty. They're grimy. They're used. Okay. They were probably picked up off the ground in some jungle someplace in Africa. Who knows? But you really gotta watch out. Now, it doesn't mean they're not any good. When I got this rifle, I bought the rifle. The guy told me it was used. The guy told me, he said, yeah, the guy fired it. He kept on jamming on him, and he brought it back, traded it in. Well, I kind of figured out what probably happened. A lot of guys buy these rifles. They're not very mechanically inclined to how the weapon works. They don't realize that there's a break-in period on every weapon. They throw one of these magazines in it, put some ammunition in it, stick it in and try and fire the weapon, and it's going to malfunction on you. Okay? A test I did when I got it, I had 2 magazines. One magazine, I took it apart and I serviced the magazine. I took the bottom plate out and I stretched the spring, okay, and put it back in and loaded it up. And the other magazine I didn't. It was even still full of causewaying and crap. Took it out to fire it. The magazine that I serviced worked fine. The magazine I didn't service, every round I had a failure to feed and a jam. Okay, took the ammunition out, reserviced the magazine, reloaded it, and the thing worked fine. Okay, these things go for about $40 a piece online, so they're not cheap. They're 35 rounders. One of the things, if you don't want to pay that much money, is Tapco and Oralite make a really good polymer magazine for these rifles. Okay, they're only 30 rounders, and I know the Tapcos go for about $15, under $15, something like that. And they're really nice magazines. They would rate up there with PMags. Unfortunately, Magpul doesn't make a Golani mag, so we have to deal with that. But get yourself some Oralite or some Tapcos, and I guarantee you this weapon will work great. Accuracy, I didn't really take it. I didn't really test the accuracy. What I did do is just do a functionality test, and I said it worked fine. After the only problems I had were magazine induced, and I fixed those. But other than that, it works great. I'll take it out and do an accuracy test. I'm sure it'll be just fine for a battle rifle. It's not a sniper rifle, I know that. So I'm not going to worry about pinpoint accuracy, but I'm sure it'll do just what I need it to do, is put lead down range. I'm probably going to leave this just how it is. The only thing I may do is put a little rail over here so I can put a tactical light on it, and that's all I need. I'm going to keep it pretty much in its original state. This is a heavy rifle, like I said. I've seen guys put quad rails on it, scope systems and bipods and all kinds of other stuff, and after you do all that, this becomes a squad assault weapon that you need a bunker to rest it in. So you don't really need it. It's a good, durable, rugged weapon, and it's pretty much all you need is right there. So I'm just happy as hell with it. It's everything I thought it might be. This will be a part of my arsenal for a very long time. And like I said, if I have any problems with it, I'll sure let you know. But as of so far, it's worked great. Very happy with it. And just if you're looking for, like I said, if you're looking for something like AR AK-47 or whatever, this is comparably priced to AKs. Like I said, you can get them anywhere from about $550 to about $700. Why you would pay more for something you can get less for less, but some guys, that's all they can find. So, but you can buy them. I see them at gun shows all the time for about $650. But I said this one here was about $580. So that's a pretty good deal. It's about the same price as the AK. AKs are going for $450 to $500. So plus you have the availability of the caliber of the .223 and the 5.56. It will shoot both. It does have a 1 in 9 twist barrel, which is will be ideal for the 55 grain and the 63 grain jacketed bullet for the 5.56 or the .223. So, like I said, great rifle. If you guys are out there and you're thinking about it, I haven't heard very many bad things about them. I think Century Arms is doing pretty good with a lot of their stuff. For a while there it was hit and miss, but they're coming out with some pretty good stuff now. At least I'm happy with this. I have a Century Arms AK. I've been pretty happy with that too. I haven't had any problems with it. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, please feel free. Be polite, be intelligent, and look at some of my other videos. Please subscribe if you like it, and leave some comments. So until the next video, keep shooting, simplify, and keep your powder dry. Thanks a lot.